Good evening, my Real News Midday TV family. Welcome back to the channel for another news update for November 20, 2023. And in the news this evening, Westmoreland taxi operator charged over deadly Bluefields crash seeking bail. The Westmoreland taxi operator charged over the deaths of 5 people in Bluefields is to know on Wednesday if he will be released on bail. A bail hearing could not be completed this morning before the Westmoreland Parish Court because of outstanding documents in the case. As a result, the prosecution said it was not in a position to respond to the application. The investigating officer told the parish judge Steve Walters that the documents would be ready by the end of today. The hearing was then set for continuation on Wednesday, November 22. Delroy Rodney, 47, is charged with 5 counts of causing death by dangerous driving. The charges stemmed from the deaths of 15-year-old schoolgirl Lavicia Forrester and her 39-year-old mother Petrina Wallis of Gordon District, White House, Westmoreland, O'Neill Allen and his mother, 65-year-old Angela Samuel, both of Mount Edgecombe, and the 54-year-old Janet Thompson of McAlpine, also in Westmoreland. It is reported that about 3:30 p.m. on Monday, November 13, all 5 were aboard a gray Toyota Noah that collided with a truck. The Noah was traveling in the opposite direction. The 5 were transported to hospital where they were pronounced dead. Female vendor shot dead in downtown Kingston. A vendor was shot dead along Spanish Town Road in the vicinity of Pink Lane in West Kingston on Monday morning. The vendor, who has so far only been identified as Apple, was shot in the face by an armed assailant at about 11:20 a.m. as she sat by her stall. Initial reports are that the explosion was heard in the vicinity of Apple's stall, and her body was found leaned back in a chair with a bullet wound to the face. A chilling video of the scene has been circulating on social media. The police have been processing the scene. Gunmen strike in Portmore Park killed 2 people. 2 people are dead and another in hospital after gunmen opened fire at a group of people sitting in a park at a section of 7 West in Greater Portmore, St. Catherine early Monday. According to initial reports, about 1:30 p.m., the people were sitting in the main park in 7 West when a car drove up. Gunmen alighted from the motor vehicle and opened fire, hitting 3 of them. They were rushed to hospital, where 2 succumbed to their injuries and 1 is being treated. Christmas in jail for former St. Elizabeth Most Wanted Sharkey. Dwayne Sharkey Morrison, who was once considered as St. Elizabeth's most wanted figure, had his committal hearing relative to a murder charge pushed back until January 25, 2024. The development came when the case was mentioned in the St. Elizabeth Parish Court on Thursday. Morrison is charged with the murder of 34-year-old farmer Everton Spence in the parish last year. Prior to the start of the hearing, the clerk of court told the presiding judge that several statements relative to the case were not properly completed. Consequently, Morrison was remanded in custody, resulting in him about to spend Christmas in a lockup. It is alleged that on September 9, 2022, Spence, a resident of Treasure Beach in the parish, was at home when a dispute developed between Morrison and a female. During the dispute, Spence reportedly intervened and Morrison allegedly shot Spence multiple times before fleeing the scene, resulting in Spence's death. After several months on the run, Morrison turned himself into the police on Friday, January 13, 2023, following a series of targeted security operations in Barbary Hall and the surrounding communities in the parish. He was subsequently charged with Spence's murder. Search launched for missing 17-year-old from St. Elizabeth. An another alert has been activated for 17-year-old Karima Graham of Fairfield District, St. Elizabeth, who has been missing since Tuesday, November 14. She is of dark complexion, stout build, and is about 173 centimeters or 5 feet 8 inches tall. Reports are that at about 8 p.m., Karima was last seen at home wearing a red t-shirt and a pair of black pants. All efforts to locate her have proven futile. Anyone knowing the whereabouts of Karima Graham is asked to contact the Junction Police Station at 876-475-0676 the police 119 emergency numbers or the nearest police station. Driver pleads guilty over fatal Rio Cobre crash. St. Catherine resident Malik Winter today pleaded guilty to causing death by dangerous driving in relation to a crash that resulted in the death of a woman when a minibus plunged into the Rio Cobre. Winter is to be sentenced in the St. Catherine Circuit Court on January 8, 2024. Winter was charged with the death of Valerie Ennis, 52, of White House Housing Scheme St. Catherine. Winter, who is being represented by attorney at law Oswest Senior Smith, accepted responsibility when he appeared before Justice Bertram Morrison. The court heard that on June 8, 2021, Ennis was a passenger in a Toyota Hiace minibus that was heading towards Linstead from Spanish Town. It is further reported that while traveling along the roadway, a Toyota Fielder motorcar, which was being driven by Winter, overtook a line of traffic and crashed into the minibus. The impact caused the Hiace to careen into the Rio Cobre. At least 8 persons, including Winter and a passenger in the Toyota Fielder, sustained injuries. Ennis, who was ejected from the minibus and was taken from the river by divers, was pronounced dead at hospital. An investigation was conducted by the St. Catherine North Traffic Department, which resulted in Winter's arrest. He was subsequently charged and made numerous court appearances. Funeral homes are frustrated by government's $100 million debt for burial of unclaimed bodies. President of the Jamaica Association of Certified Embalmers and the Funeral Directors, Calvin Lynn, says a representative of the Ministry of National Security has sought to assure that the government is trying to settle millions of dollars owed to funeral homes by the end of this year. Mr. Lynn said the ministry owes 9 government-contracted funeral homes an estimated $100 million for the burial of unclaimed bodies over a 4-year period. Speaking with the news on Monday morning, Mr. Lynn said he hopes that the outstanding sum will be paid because operators of government-contracted funeral homes are frustrated. He said they have been getting the runaround from the government for far too long and nobody is taking responsibility. Mr. Lynn said his establishment, Lynn's Funeral Home, will not be burying unclaimed bodies until the government pays the outstanding sums. Asked whether this would come at a greater cost to him, the funeral home director said,
I would say just your rubbish that's going on with that forensic. Forensic would give instructions to the police in each parish. We would have a requisition from the superintendent in my parish. After they would get permission from the municipal corporation to find the space in the public cemetery. And the correspondent is saying that when we bury, we are to send invoice to forensic. So nobody is taking responsibility, as Brother Robert said. So they have to get their act together, and the powers that be from the ministry, senior people, they're just not doing anything about it.
But is that going to be a greater cost for you?
Yes and no, because they are in storage there. And luckily we have enough storage because we are not burdened with that many unclaimed cases. You know what happened when they're telling us that they don't have any money? To me, it's because money is being wasted and corruption is abundant.